Live from New Bedford, ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel blog show of authenticity, inspiration, and realness, also of good times, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now, here's your host of the show. He is Big Beefy E. He is Mr. Shenanigans and the elder statesman of the Rant and Rave podcast, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 1724. And I'm just getting everything ready because I'll be live reacting with my good buddies on StreamYard for a little bit of bad WWE Bad Blood. That's going to be coming up in about a few minutes. So we're trying to get one here and plop and in we go. The pre-show. I'll be reacting with Jordy Scow in about a few, and we'll get right on going with this. And I'm just gonna tangle up everything, because, well, like I said, it's been a weird week all week long, and I gotta tell you, it's been I gotta tell you, and I don't know how long this week. I'm kind of glad this week's almost about over. And it's found out information my co-workers funeral arrangements, as you know. So I'm trying to, and it's in the middle of the week, basically, so it's like, so, so I'm trying to get everything together here so that we're going to get right going. But before we do, let's see. Okay, Peacock and all that good stuff. Just to let you know, I'm going to be talking about a little about the movie I saw. As you know, let's make a long story short. I think I said about it in my last episode. Had a pretty good, decent morning at work. I did the inside, no problem. I went outside, was doing the garbage, sweeping up the trash and stuff, and unfortunately, while I was basically dumping out trash in one of the compactors in one of the courtyards, my walkie-talkie, and the walkie-talkie that I use for work, fell off my belt buckle, my belt clip, and everything else. And when I went to go, and usually when it drops down, it usually still works. And I checked it after I picked it up and after I did the trash, and it wasn't working. So unfortunately, but I did let my boss know about it via note. I'm hoping he gets it, and I posted a little bit. I hope he gets it, and if I have to, I'll talk to him Monday, and we'll see what happens there. Because it was by accident. Because when I went to put the barrel down, it hit my walkie-talkie. It hit the walkie-talkie that I'm using, and it fell off. And unfortunately, it ended up broke with no sound whatsoever. It must have landed on a part of a sensitive area that provides sound, and it kind of cuts shut down. And I put it back on a charger, but the red light was flashing. I don't know if it was the battery or something like that. I really don't know. I'm sure my boss will probably know what it is and figure it out from there. But we're unfortunately down to 2 radios as a result. And hopefully someone else can let my boss know. I did leave a message in his office, and we got to start leaving notes again, because the fact of the matter is that, we got to let him know, because if he's not around, we got to let him know what's happening, what's broken, what's not, what we need, what we don't need, and everything like that. So unfortunately, I had a rough day. My other coworker stopped by because he had the day off, and he says, "Oh, the end of the world and all that." And I said, "Well, it's listen, we need radio to communicate, man. So Anyway, so that's the unfortunate deal of the whole thing. So, that's what I was trying to get at. And, so I survived, just say, just do your job, you'll be fine. So I did my job. So my coworker encouraged me to do my job, you'll be fine. And that's what I did. And, like I said, I left a note, and I did switch radios after. The tough part was we changed the scheduling, opened up the entrances now because we had many, like I said, a lot of attempted break-ins, and so the mall management needed to ramp up the security. So he said we're not opening these doors till 9:45, and the theater doors will be open at 9. So for mall walkers and mall workers, so. The MWs, mall walkers and workers. So that was, mall employees and mall walkers. And that way, So we had that. So I couldn't get in until those times. And when 9 o'clock hit around, I was about, almost done with Macy's. And so finally I got in, switched off my walkie-talkies, tried to charge the other one, but the red light was flashing. I let him know where it was. And then I took the other one, did that, greeted my other coworker. She was there. But now, so I got out, got changed, and decided, well, I'm going to go see a movie to keep my mind clear. It was a really rough week and everything else. I figured a movie would keep my mind off things, and hopefully when I get out, I'll feel a little bit a little bit better and all that. So I went to go see this movie. Transformers 1. I don't know if we can see the, Transformers 1. I don't know if you can see it. That was my ticket stub. Okay, it would cost $12 for, nearly $12 for a movie now. Unbelievable. On Saturday, morning matinee, something like that. So, the earliest time I got was 10:20. So, I decided, well, I'm going to get changed, put my stuff in the car real quickly. When I got out at 10, jump back in, get my ticket, get my popcorn, soda, get ready to watch the movie. We ended up watching the movie. Now, Transformers 1 is basically the origin of how the Transformers, how Autobots and Decepticons were born. And it was a great movie, and it was a great movie, and they had, it was a lot of intrigue, and it was a lot of intrigue and all, and a lot of suspenseful stuff. You'll see a lot of references, and it's a great movie. It was. If you're an old school Transformer fan like me, I suggest you watch it. I said this is a must-see movie. If you're an old school Transformers fan, you want to know how did it really all began for the Transformers. How is it going to happen? And and it was like that. So it's like, okay, it is a rare deal. It's a rare deal. It's also a rarity for me because this is the second movie I've seen in 3 months. As you know, back in August, beginning of August, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine. And then come October now, because the movie came out September 20th. September 20th for Transformers 1. So it is it is today's Saturday, so it'll be a couple of weeks ago. So 2 weeks in the movie, and 2 weeks in the movie's premiere, ended up watching it. It was a great movie. Like I said again, old school. If you're an old school Transformers fan, big time hardcore old school Transformers fan, I suggest you see this movie. And it's a great movie overall. Had a lot of fun and watching it, and and if you wonder why Bumblebee doesn't talk much in the older movies of Transformers, watch this movie. You'll know why. Watch this movie. You'll know why. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And and let's say that who would have thought that two best friends would be mortal enemies? Obviously, so everybody known, it's like It's like the same thing with GoBots, when Leader 1 and Sidekill were like a team, friends, and all of a sudden they became mortal enemies. Same thing with this one. So, yeah, and speaking, never mind, I'm not going to spoil that for you, but the fact of the matter is this is a good movie overall. Watch it, had basically an all-star cast. Lawrence Fishburne and John Hamm. John Hamm was the voice of Sentinel Prime. Lawrence Fishburne was the voice of Alpha Trion, which is really cool. Steve Buscemi, well, you can see is, how you doing, fellow kids? That guy with the meme and all, and he was one of some Adam Sandler movies. He voiced Starscream, and yeah, Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave making an appearance there. In fact, a lot of the, so you're talking about how, you just gotta watch the movie. You have to watch the movie to see that, because you're gonna see some revelations about the originality of Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave, how they came to be as well. So it's like you're probably gonna be shocked. You're like, what? They were what? So let's just say that there's a lot of I didn't know this, I didn't know that, and I'm too shocked. There's like a lot of shock. Like, huh? So you're like, oh boy. So there's a lot of stuff. How, like I said, how Autobots and Decepticons came to be. So you have to watch the movie. You have to watch the movie, and just basically, I'm not going to get into any details of the movie, except it's a great movie. If you're a hardcore Transformers fan like myself, old school Transformers fan, watch this movie. It's a movie must see to see how everything came about in the Transformers universe, basically. So that's the time I have. Episode 1720. I think 1724 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Up next will be the results from Bad Blood. And that's coming up, and I got to get going so I can get this video together and go visit my good friend Jordy Scow once again, who'll be taking over for Brandon Martin for the live reaction of WWE's Bad Blood. I'll see you guys later. Guys, have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A big beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.